Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aaron. Hope you all having a beautiful day and thank you for sharing this space with me. In this video, I would like to talk to you guys about a dense heaviness as you move through a spiritual awakening. Well, I'm going to try to describe to the best of my ability what it is, why it happens, and give you some actionable tips to give to you so that you can move through it with more ease and with more grace, and so that you can be more receptive to what it is trying to give to you, to what it is trying to show to you. So, with no further ado, what do I mean when I say dense heaviness? I kind of mean that everything is just a struggle. You know, your body feels heavy. You kind of, you've got like physical heaviness. It feels like you're wading through mud or like you're walking underwater kind of. And, it's just like everything's just a struggle pretty much. And that can be accompanied with a mental heaviness. And what I mean by that is kind of, you kind of fall into depressive states, like as if everything's just pointless. Brain fog, kind of get easily overwhelmed by things. You kind of have a tendency to just curl up into a ball and not really do much at all. And that can kind of, become translated into irritability and anger and frustration, and kind of the sensation and the feeling that you're stuck and that you can't move in life and life's going nowhere. And you may also, feel aches and pains in your body and kind of just a general sense of discomfort and restlessness in the body. So that's what I mean by dense heaviness. But why does dense heaviness happen? Why does this happen? Why does this phenomenon manifest into our reality? And so from my understanding and from my experience and from the things that I've learned through my own journey, it is kind of a symptom of the purging process that we go through as we go into awakening. It is kind of all of the energy and all of the light that comes flooding into our bodies, because our energy field and our bodies are so opened up that all of the energies and all of the light that comes into our body, it kind of acts as kind of like a drain cleaner, flushing our system out of all of the unconscious material that is negatively affecting us without us even realizing it. And, that unconscious density and those unconscious materials could be past life traumas. They could be traumas from this lifetime. They could be, repressed emotions, all things of that nature. So all of the light and all of the energy is kind of coming into your body and uprooting and ridding and trying to release all of this unconscious baggage that we've accumulated from this lifetime and from previous lifetimes. And it's kind of toxic material that negatively affects us without us even realizing. And that could translate into self-worth issues. It could kind of translate into a sense of self-hatred, that we aren't worthy of love, that we aren't worthy of happiness, that we aren't worthy of, financial abundance, whatever it may be. It's all of the things that are holding us down and weighing us down from living to our best, pretty much. So as these unconscious materials and these unconscious densities are uprooted by the energies, they kind of come up through us. They come up through us to be released, finally. But to be released, they must be felt. You have to feel it to heal it, kind of thing. So this is what causes the heaviness, the mental symptoms, the sense of depression, the sense of pointlessness. Maybe anger might come up, or frustration, or, just those kinds of emotions and those kinds of energies. It's because they need to come up from within us to be felt fully and to have a sense of validation to them so that they can be released from us. It's kind of like they're coming full circle again. It's kind of like they're coming around again to be felt now because they weren't felt then. So it's that kind of movement, which is why they kind of come out of nowhere. They don't really have an external stimulus that relates to them. There's no reason for you to really feel like the way you do, according to the outside world. It just kind of happens. And that's why, because they are coming from within you, they are not coming from outside. And they are coming back around now, and they are being uprooted and brought to the surface and brought to the light, because you now have the power, you now have the awareness, you now have the strength, and you now have the love and space to feel them and to give them a sense of validation. Because back when they first happened and back when they were first created, you maybe didn't have the awareness, maybe you didn't understand, maybe it was from childhood, or maybe you just repressed them and you just pushed them to one side and you just forgot all about it and you just kind of expected it to just go away. But everything that happens in our lives, it gets stored within us, kind of gets pushed down, or it gets expressed and processed as it happens. So as more and more of this unconscious density is released and processed through us, the more our true self can come forward. Think of it as like all of this unconsciousness, all of this baggage and all of this weight is kind of clouding and blocking our true nature from coming forward. It allows our true self, our higher self, our true self before all of this to come forward more so. It also allows the dormant aspects of ourselves, the dormant aspects that have been, been left behind or hidden away or forgotten about or suppressed, to come forward, because now there is space for them to do so, which allows us to become more whole and more true and more authentic to our true self. It allows our gifts to come forward again and to be seen and to be received from ourselves to ourselves, so that they can be given out into the world. This will ultimately cause us to become more and more content with ourselves, and more of our intrinsic fundamental happiness, our original happiness, our original contentment can come forward and be realized and experienced, because all of this baggage, all of this stuff that is not us is being released, so more of us can come forward, and our original state before all of this body, before all of this reality, is love, it's light, it's space, it's awareness. That is our true nature. It is our true nature as a being of light, as a fragment of source consciousness, and as a child of God. It realigns us with our true nature more so. Our true nature of being a being of light. So that's pretty much what's happening. All of the light and all of the energy that's coming into you from your new opened up energetic state is coming through you and cleansing you and acting as a kind of a drain cleaner, which is the analogy that I like to use. and what a lot of people like to use. It's coming through you, it's uprooting and going through your unconscious matter, through your nervous system, and bringing all of the weight, all of the baggage, all of the stuff that is negatively affecting you to the surface to be released, which is why all of a sudden you may feel heavy and depressed and pointless for no real reason at all. It is all a blessing that is happening for you and not happening to you. And I understand that as we go through this, it can be very difficult and it may not seem like a blessing. You know, it may seem like it's happening to us, and we may fall into like a victim mentality. You know, I've been there multiple times, lots of times, and it's just all about awareness, and it's just all about just trying to accept and embrace the process as much as we can, because it will ultimately lead us into a more liberated, free and fulfilled and contentful life, full of abundance in whatever way that may manifest to be. So I believe that's everything that I would like to say on what it is and why it happens. Now I'm going to give you two things really. Two main things that have helped me to allow this process to move through and to happen with more ease. And the one main one that I do pretty much every single day is walk. Go for a walk, preferably in nature, but it doesn't have to be. You know, just give yourself time alone. Give yourself the time and the space to facilitate the movement of the energy through you. You know, as you walk and as you move your body and as you exercise, etc., it kind of facilitates the energy movement. So that is my number one tip. Number two is to drink lots of water. Drink lots of water because water is kind of a medium for energy to move. So as we go through this process, kind of think of all of your cells in your body kind of purging all of this unconscious matter. They're kind of purging all of the toxicities that we've accumulated. And that can be a lot, you know, it normally is quite a lot. So the water kind of allows this toxicity to kind of flow through, and it kind of allows all of the toxicity to be washed away and to be flushed away, and to kind of act like a cleaning medium, to kind of act like a medium for all of this toxicity to move through your body, rather than the toxicity lingering and kind of staying in this stagnant state. And yeah, so walking, lots of water, and I'm gonna add a couple more here because I've just thought of some off the top of my head. Just do what you feel like you need to do. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you feel like you need to take a bath, or you feel like you need to lie down, or you feel like you need to sleep for a little bit, or you feel like you need to just, you know, go for a run or whatever, just do what you need to do in that moment. Truly ask your body and really become intimate and connect to your body and connect to yourself and ask it what it needs. You know, those are the two things that have really helped myself in this process, but those two things might not be the best thing for yourself. So they are only tips that I can give to you. But really do connect to yourself and really do try to be as intimate and try to form a connection with your body as much as possible, to allow you to build your own discernment and to build your own toolbox of modalities to allow yourself to move through these dense energies as best as possible, to the best of your ability, and with the most quickness, ease and grace possible. So I think that's all that needs to be said on this. I think I've said everything that I would like to say. I think so. I hope this video has been so much help to you guys. I hope this gives you awareness and understanding of what's happening to you. I think awareness and understanding is just 80%. It's 80% of really understanding the process, of really getting through and really, you know, moving through this process the best that you can. It's the awareness and it's the understanding of what's actually happening to you. Not just on a mental level, but also on a physical level, because spiritual awakening is such a physical process. It's like going through puberty again. It's really what it is. It's like going through puberty again for the second time, but just different and energetically. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions at all, please leave a comment and I will get back to you. Please also like and subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will leave you all with that. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Peace.